Okay, today we're going to talk about Lambda with EventBridge. So let's imagine the following scenario. We've got an S3 bucket and we have a third party that handles orders for us. Every time they take an order, they write a record of that order into the S3 bucket. With EventBridge, we can set up a rule that says anytime a file is put into a specific prefix in that bucket, execute a Lambda function, and then we can have that Lambda function write a record to our database. The other main functionality that EventBridge offers is that of a scheduled job runner. So we can say that every day at 1 AM we want a Lambda function to run, generate a report, and write a record to an S3 bucket. We do that by writing what's called a cron expression. It is necessary for the exam to understand those cron expressions. I definitely would be reading up on that before the exam because there may well be questions that say, here's a cron expression, what time is this going to execute? With EventBridge, you can actually trigger based on not just S3, but any AWS service. We write a rule pattern. We could write one, for example, that says execute every time an EC2 instance is started, or execute every time an EC2 instance is started with this specific tag. In order to set up permissions for EventBridge to trigger your Lambda function, you do need to add some IAM policies on the resource, the Lambda function resource itself. The other thing we need to talk about is what happens if the Lambda function fails. Well, we can set a retry policy, which will retry running the Lambda function. And if that fails too many times, we can have a dead letter queue. This is an SQS queue, which will contain the data that was sent as the event to the Lambda function, and you can debug from there. Obviously, this being a Lambda function, you would have logs in CloudWatch logs, and you can also look at CloudTrail for additional debugging data. Here's a summary. Until next time, enjoy the cloud.